Hi. Hi, everyone. Good evening. I trust our day is going well. My name is Cynthia Oke. I will be your facilitator for the virtual assistance course for this week, and I look forward to the topics and the questions you have for me because today. Hello, everyone. Okay, so in our usual custom, we are going to allow 5 minutes for the initial salutations and catching up. How did our weeks go? Sorry, how did our weekend go? How did our weekend go? Mine went well. Hi, Esther. Tolulope. Good evening. Hi, Amiola. It's lovely seeing you here again. Mimi, hello. All right, so Esther, I'm glad that your weekend went well. Mine did too. Hello, everyone. This week, we will be going into my favorite aspect of being a virtual assistant, customer support. That is one of, oh, blessing. Sorry that your day was hectic. Hectic. Mondays are like that. I have a video reel of how my day was going. So it was, I can relate when you say your day was hectic. Mine was too, but I thank God. And I'm glad that I'm here with you all. I think it's the lighting. I think it's the lighting, Adile. It's the lighting. So I tried out new lighting today and I see that it's softer on. So I'm glad that you can all see me clearly today. Obiesta is probably your reception. Good evening, Israela. So 2 minutes before we go right into today's module. Obiesta, I really don't know. Maybe it's your reception. If you can see me, I haven't started sharing the slides. Yes, Adefumi Lola. This is the virtual assistance class. My name is Cynthia. Nice to meet you too. Um, mm, mm, mm. Good evening, Johnson. Good evening, Falake. Cecilia, hello. Oh, thank you. Amaka, welcome. As it's your first time here, I think this is going to be the third week. If not, no, this is going to be like the sixth week for virtual assistance class. But customer care is one of the key. Customer support is one of the key roles, one of the very essential role of a virtual assistant. I mean, it's a niche on its own. People get job roles as customer support to a company. So yes, this you couldn't have been here at a later time. This is like best timing for you. Doesn't mean you don't need other modules, but yeah, you're on the right track. Good evening, Grace. Hello, Amaka. Hi, Miriam. I like the fact that I'm seeing like I can see names and recognize them. Simply means that you're keeping to class. Thank you very, very much. I'm glad that I'm not a boring facilitator because I would hate for you lovely ladies to miss out on this. So it's really glad to see people like thank you for making it to class today. Lovely. I'm glad you're seeing me fine today. I just tried out a new lighting. That's what I was explaining earlier. I tried out new lighting. So another important thing, like I said, as a virtual assistant, you learn every day. Why am I not saying please? Please, I have a question. Okay, so Queen Achibong, the question you have Since it's from the previous class, you can ask it now, and then when I see it, my tech team will take notes for the question. So you can send the question right now quickly so that we can take note of it. And then when it's time for me to answer questions, I will start with your question. Let's do that. Susie, can tech team help Susie out, please? Susie says, I couldn't pick up with the class due to certain issues. This is my first time, but I'm supposed to be taking cloud computing. Well, Susie, this is for virtual assistant, and we're going right into today's module. Today, we're going to talk about customer support. And the objective for this week is I'm hoping, and I know that, excuse me, and I know that so for my own good, I won't just look at the comment section again and go right into it. So our learning objectives for week 6, that is customer support. This week, I know that we'll be able to understand the key principles of customer support and its importance in business operations. At the end of this lesson, by God's grace, you'll be able to apply effective customer service techniques. There are some techniques you'll be able to effectively apply them in situations. You're going to be able to, execute proper active listening, empathy. You're going to show empathy, and then clear communications. Clear communication is very, very, very important as a virtual assistant. You're going to be able to manage customer inquiries by acknowledging, clarifying, and providing accurate information. So there are steps to managing customer inquiries. You'll be able to, at the end of this lesson, you'll be able to have an idea on how to deal with your customer inquiries. Then another thing you're going to learn is how to handle customer complaints by following a structured approach of acknowledgement, investigation, and resolution. So now this techniques are structured in such a way that if you follow it, you'll be able to accurately handle a customer complaint. Sometimes it can escalate, but then after you've probably, don't worry, we'll go into all of that. In this week, you're also going to learn how to use social media platform for real-time customer support and brand engagement. So yeah, there's an example somewhere. I think I did a case study for social media platform handling. And then the last thing you're going to be able to do is be able to implement customer engagement strategies such as polls, survey, and personalized responses to improve customer retention. So these are more like follow-up techniques that you are going to learn how to implement to engage customer engagements. So we're going to go right into the introduction of customer support. Introduction to customer support. Let me change your slide, which is here. Introduction to customer support. Customer support. Now, this refers to the services provided to customers. Now, who are your customers? People that are coming to your company to request for a service. Now, you are supporting these customers during and after their purchase, meaning whatever it is they come to your company for, you're going to handle them and support them before. That's when they come in to make inquiry, during, while you're trying to sell whatever it is the services your company has to offer, and then afterwards to follow up. Now, it is very, very critical. It's a critical component of business operation. As now, so that's, we're talking of customer support now. That it is a critical component of business operation as it directly impacts customer satisfaction, loyalty, and the company's reputation. So now, as a customer support, basically it directly impacts the customer because the customer comes to your company for a service, and now how you handle their experience from the first time they made an inquiry till the end of your company providing a service. It's the way you handle them is going to greatly impact their satisfaction. If they are going to come back, if they're going to refer people, and then if during when they're referring these people, would they talk well of your company? The way you handle your customers, the way you support them in this stage is how it's going to greatly tell if you're going to have loyal customers that are going to return, that are going to refer. So that is why it is really, really important that businesses have customer support, because the customer support are like the middlemen between the company and the client. So the client comes to the customer support. Customer support relays the information to the company, and then so you're the middle person, and you're very, very important. Now, an example of a customer support situation is, imagine now, if I shouldn't have used the word imagine, you're a virtual assistant for an e-commerce company, and a customer contacts you because their order hasn't arrived on time. Now, your job as a virtual assistant is to calm the client, because now this client is expecting their goods and their order hasn't arrived on time, and it's so in most cases you haven't followed up with the client to let the client know why the order is being delayed. Sometimes they come in angry now. I've had situations where I've had clients call me to follow up on a delayed product, and now the reason why it's delayed is not my. It's like it's not necessarily going to be your fault as virtual assistant. It's going to be from the company, and as you do not have immediate feedback from the company as to why their order is delayed, you may not have what to follow up with them on. You may want to tell them, oh, so now that's why you need a spreadsheet of your data. So your data has to be up to date. You always have to go into your sheets to check the client deliveries. So now if it so happened that you're too busy, you didn't check that, you're expecting the company to let you know, okay, this person's order has been delivered and all of that. Now, if you missed that step and then the client calls you, they would most times not be calm. They will be angry, and then now your job is to calm the customer, gather information about the order, because it's not just one order. They're going to have like a million. Okay, let's not million is overstretching it. Let's say 200 calls in a day, and everybody's trying to follow up on different things. So you want to calm the customer, you want to gather information about the order, you want to offer a solution such as expediting the shipping or providing a refund. Now, in my company, we don't provide refunds. Instead, you offer a solution, and the thought process is you as a virtual assistant has to recommend, like, because even if you tell your boss that, oh, okay, so this client is angry, she wants a compensation. Now your boss would expect you to give him an idea of the compensation you're suggesting or something like that. So now this providing a refund, it's in the event where the customer is not happy, and but most companies won't provide refunds. You just have to think of you have to offer a solution that is a win-win situation for both parties. Now, the key traits of an excellent customer support personnel, or the key traits of a customer support expert, I should have just written expert, is they are patient. They always exhibit patience. And now, patience in the sense that now customers may be upset or frustrated. Now, in the example that I shared, now this client, for example, let's say Mrs. Timmy calls me to tell me, oh, okay, I wish we could have an interactive session, but no worries. So let's say the customer calls you and the customer is angry. The first thing you want to do is to acknowledge the their concern. The person may call you and say, why is my pictures being delayed? We did the shoot a long time ago. We made payments when we made payment before the shoot. So why are you delaying my pictures and all of that? As a virtual assistant in customer support, you want to first apologize and be like, hello, Miss Timmy. Our sincere apologies for our delayed feedback as regards your deliverables. As if you're talking about the pictures now, you would then say something like, I will do a quick check-in with the team. So now you're telling her now the action is you're going to go to the team to go check in with the team, and then I'll give you feedback before the end of the day. Now you are giving her a time to expect your feedback. And that's how to handle a client in that situation. Now, when you're providing customer support, you want to be able to handle manage your client's mood. You want to be able to manage your client's mood as they come in with their concerns. So you have to be patient. Now, when customers may be frustrated, you need to listen calmly. So you listen to all they have said and then you apologize firstly for whatever it is. Now, if in the event it's not like an apology and they're just making an inquiry, then you just reply in line with whatever it is they have come for. But since we're using this example, you're going to now, you practice these three traits when you're responding to the client. So now empathy, you want to show that you understand their concern and you're eager to help. And this is where you say that you've apologized and you're now telling them that so if I were to handle that situation, and if it's on phone, it's a lot easier to talk to them. But if it's via text message or email, you have to really be very constructive with whatever response it is that you're giving them. You have to be patient, you have to show empathy, and then you're problem solving. So when it's coming to show empathy, you can now say something like, I understand you're eager to see your pictures, or you're eager to receive your order, or you're eager to, see your video, whatever deliverable it is, you have to acknowledge the fact that they are eager to see it. Now, I'm just using this in line of this example here concerning their order. And then you can now problem solving skill, find solution to their problem in a timely manner. So now we are saying we're going to go back to the team to check in and give them feedback within the day, before the end of the day. And then if you want to give feedback, and now when you tell them that, you are going to make sure that you have a response to this question. That's when are they going to expect it? So now what's the updated timeline? When are they going to? And now your team has to confirm with you that yes, they're going to deliver it at so time. What I like to do is I add an extra day just in the event so that we now over deliver by bringing it a day early. So yeah, you can just do that in line in this example. If we're going to practice these three traits, yeah, in this example, that's how it will be executed. Now, let me just change the next slide. Okay. Now, customer service, it goes beyond just answering question. It's about building a positive relationship with customers by consistently meeting or exceeding their expectation. Now, like what I had used in the previous example that we just talked about problem solving, and in line with the example concerning a client that's complaining about late delivery. Now, when you are always meeting up and exceeding your let's say your deliverables, in line of your services. Yes, I have one to say. So if in the event where you you stress your client is the one that is always calling you, then there's going to be very serious problems because your client is not going to be satisfied. You're going to get bad reviews, and we really do not want that. Now, a couple of principles of effective customer service is there's a couple, but we're going to go through some of them today. One principle is the customer centric approach. Now, this is about always prioritizing your customer's need by focusing on understanding and solving their issue. Now, you create value for both the customer and the business. Now, in this event, okay, so thank God I have an example here. So now in when it's a customer centric, when you want to use the customer centric principle, your customer is you make the customer feel like okay, this is really important, I'm going to address it right now. And then you want to ask a lot of questions so you can understand what they want, the service they want you to render to them, and then you're now going to solve whatever needs they have. Now, the needs they have is your service is going to fulfill the need. So Now that's how your company. Okay, so now it depends if solving issues has to do with maybe product, service, or how it was delivered, maybe bad feedback or anything. You want to make the client feel that okay, you're on top of the client case, you're going to handle it right away and all of that. Now, the example we're using here is a company has two policies, one where complaints must be resolved in 24 hours, and another allowing staff to offer 10% of future purchases as compensation. As a virtual assistant, adhering to these policies shows you are customer centric. Now, this is this is your trump card. Now in the event where okay, now so this policy is one. Okay, so now if a complaint coming, so that's why you see we are always letting the client know that their complaint will be addressed, or they will get feedback before the end of that day. Now if in the event you're not able to get feedback before the end of that day, you want to tell the client that you call the client the next day within a certain time. Now, if that doesn't work and you want to apply um and you want to apply the second policy, it has to be you've used all of your chips. Maybe this one the company is at fault. And now you see these two this company policies, it's most likely how it works in a lot of places, but it's the unspoken word as virtual assistant. Okay, so some company has life cycle of responses of 3 hours, but this one has it 24 hours. So now it means that now you have to now learn how to prioritize complaints. If one complaint now come in, for example, this the delayed order, and you're handling an inquiry about a service. Now you have an angry client and you have a curious client. You want to answer your angry client first before your angry client to go and post a bad review for your curious clients to go and see and change their mind. So now if you're in that kind of situation, you have to prioritize that okay, this client is angry. You can now either tell this client that um you can, so now it depends on the stage you are at with the client making an inquiry, but it doesn't take you 30 minutes to address a serious issue and then all of that. So that's where the customer centric approach comes in. Now effective communication techniques. So some effective, like I had mentioned, some effective communication technique is active listening. You want to rephrase what the customer says to ensure you have understood their issues correctly. Now, in this scenario, the customer has complained that her delivery is delayed. It's late. They haven't gotten any. They haven't received their order, and there's no follow up. Now, in active listening, just to so that you can give the client a sense of yes, this person is prioritizing me. You want to rephrase what the customer says, something like now, if we're using the example of the delayed order, you want to say, our apologies for. Now you're apologizing, but you're rephrasing it. You're apologizing, rephrasing, and acknowledging, and asking the. So okay, let me just so. For when you want to rephrase, for me, I could just rephrase in my apology. I could say something like, our sincere apologies for the delay, just to confirm. So now this is how I would um, rephrase. Like I want to confirm that this is what she said, and I say just to confirm your family. For example, let's say we're using pictures, or let's say we're using an appliance. No, well, we're talking of service here, so let's talk about pictures because pictures is something that is deliverables. You come, you take pictures, and you're delivered pictures. So let's use that. So you want to just confirm your family session on this date hasn't been delivered yet, and you don't want to ask it like that because the client is going to be, oh, so you do not know, so you don't. But that is when you say rephrase. You just want to confirm that this is what the client's complaint is, and you're not like, okay, that is understood. I would checking with the team and all of that. Now, with when you want to use the for empathy, you want to use phrases like "I understand how frustrating this must be" to show understanding. So that's where you can say you don't have to always say "I understand how frustrating" because then is this is just too direct. You can just say "I understand your I understand how inconveniencing or apologies for the inconvenience or something like that. Now, this shows that you're understanding. And then to clarity, to avoid jargon or technical terms the customer may have not understand. Use simple, clear English. So language. Now, in clarity, this may have to do with when you're talking about really important. I mean, all of what you'll be discussing with your client is going to be very, very important. But there are some instances when you're having a discussion, you want to be very sure that what you heard is what was said. And if it has to do with client like customer service, like, oh, I saw this in your contract that this is going to be this to this to this. You want to confirm which of the contract did you see this in, and then so that you are hearing, and then you want to go and also go and check because sometimes they get it wrong or the okay. An example I'll give you regarding pictures is some clients think that after taking pictures, they are entitled to all the pictures that has been taken, which is not so. You are not and this is me telling you for free that you are not entitled to all the pictures that has been snapped for every click that is done with a camera in a bit to take your poses and all of that. You're not entitled to all the picture. The photographer is. So now you are allowed what you have paid for. So if you pay for like a basic package and they give you like 10 pictures, I am very sure for certain that the photographer will say you're going to get 10 pictures from this session. Some clients will think that, oh, because it's pictures, they're going to get just 10 edited pictures. So you want to clarify and hear what it is that they are assuming and then use clear English, just the way I have explained to tell them, oh no, you're not enter. In fact, you could just say something like it is against company policy to share all the you in fact once a client is trying to be very funny and you know for a fact that your company is what they stand for, there are ways you would handle the case, especially in a situation whereby like this photo situation, you'd be like, oh no, it's against company policy, we can't share the your entire gallery, all the pictures. So we're going to give you some pictures for you to select and all of that. That is like, well, that's the best example I can like right now think off the top of my head. Let me just check if we're all following. My picture is covering the slide. Okay, I think that's been addressed. Okay, so can we please confirm that we are following so I can continue? Awesome. Thank you very much for confirming. Uh, thank you. So next slide is a case study. Now we want to do a practical on how to. So now a telecom company receives a complaint from customers about high bills. The customer support team uses empathy to acknowledge the issue, active listening to gather details, and offer simple explanation for the charges, along with suggestions on managing data to avoid high costs. This approach leads to fewer escalation and higher satisfaction rates. Now, in this case study now, it's just like MTN or our telecom company, MTN, Glo, and all of that. Now, it's now so with the high tariffs that is going on, a customer now calls MTN to say, your data is too expensive. Why is your data expensive? You understand? It's not like it even lasts. Why people increasing your tariffs? It's no longer efficient. Now this is me role playing as a client complaining about the high bills. Now, as a customer support team, you want to use empathy to acknowledge the issue and you want to say something like, hi Dorcas, I'm so sorry that our tariffs are now higher. It's been a recent update due to cost of, you could just say something, and then you'll be like, can you please tell me which of the plans that you that is currently, which of the plans charge been has been the most, just you want to gather information, which of the plan. This is not really relatable to me because she's complaining about high bill. If it was like the client wants to complain that the data he bought, he wasn't able to use it and now it has expired. Now that's a actual problem. So I want to find out if maybe there was network problem, or maybe he didn't turn on his data, or somebody sharing his data with him. But in this case, you also, want to so you want to gather information, you want to listen. Clients could be like, when I was buying a tariff at 20 naira, I was able to download this file, download that file. Now the tariff is 15 naira, I'm not able to do this. Now I'm gathering information. Now I want to offer simple solutions. I could now be like, have you tried managing the data your apps consume? Now that's me offering solutions. And like, what do you mean by that? I could be like, sometimes Snapchat does automatic updates, or it does saving of files. Now, like for older files and Snapchats, if your data is on, it's going to automatically update them. That's how Snapchat works. That's why it's data centric. So I'll be like, okay, do you want to turn off Snapchat use from using data consumption in the background, then to only use data consumption anytime you go into Snapchat. So it's going to now, reduce whatever data that is. So now thereby your data will not exhaust on time. And then, for the new tariff you're buying, the data is going to now be, efficient for efficient use. So yeah, that is how I would apply the three traits in this case study. Now, handling difficult conversations. In the line of our work, you're going to, out of 20 calls you receive in a day, on a very good day, you could go a week without having clients, trying to be difficult. But then you're going to have clients that will be difficult. Now, some clients may be difficult or aggressive, especially when they feel wronged. It is crucial and important that you stay calm and professional. You want to keep quiet. You want to control your breathing, because some people don't like being spoken to harshly, or on a raised voice, or rudely. Case scenario, an example of the difficult client. Before I go into this scenario, is okay. It's in line with a delayed delivery thingy and no feedback. So now a client calls and she's upset that I did not follow up with her to give her update as regarding when she's going to receive her project. Now she's upset that, and she's now saying, I don't like this. You said you were going to come in a week, and he didn't come in a week. He didn't follow up with me. I don't like when I'm being treated like that. She was angry. And then now some clients will acknowledge that they are rude or whatsoever. Some will not. But even or regardless, you just have to be quiet and then try to wait for when they have spoken. And then you then start by apologizing and acknowledging their concerns. So I did that so after she said a lot, and I was like, I'm really sorry that. So now some people be like, don't go. Now being empathic is being going down to human level with your client. You want to you want some there are sometimes you want to remove the professional veil and be human with them because they are angry. You want to acknowledge their emotions. So sometimes saying my apologies is sometimes too professional. In a situation you can be very, very simple and down to earth and be like, I'm so sorry that this is taking as much time as it has taken. um I would do it. No, now they know for a fact that you do not readily have answers. You're a they know that it is not you. these clients, they know. So sometimes you are the best person that can tell your team how upset they are. So that's why it's easy for them to just vent out on you. But it is in your place as the professional to stay calm. So now when that happens, you acknowledge. And when you acknowledge, some of them will feel remorseful and be like, I'm so sorry. I know it's not your fault. Some people will be like that. She was. And I'm like, oh no, it's okay. I understand your frustration. You get, so now you have to now play on both, you play on both sides. You appeal to the client and then you're defending your team at the same time. You'll be able to get a hang of it. So now the example scenario here is a client receives a damaged product. Instead of reacting defensively, you want to apologize for the inconvenience and offer a replacement or a refund. Now, let's use cake. Cake is something that gets damaged if it's not handled properly. Now, a client calls you to complain. No, there's no client that will come and call you calmly and be like, hey, Timmy Bakes, the cake you sent to me has a bite mark in the front of the top layer. You don't want to, there's no way you can act defensive. Bite mark, no, I did not. So now who beats the cake? Now that is the cake, the product is damaged. There's a bite mark in the cake. It's a damaged product. There's no way you can want you. There's no way you want to be defensive. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but like let's say more relatable something is a plunge. Like there is maybe when they were handling the cake, half of the cake maybe it's smudged onto the pack. But I want us to use the bite mark here because it's there's no defending yourself in a bite mark in a cake, and then like somebody beats the cake kind of situation. So now in that situation, you want to now tell the client that you want to apologize and simply say something like it's probably a wrong cake that was sent. Or if you don't want to use that, we lie white lies in this company as virtual assistants, customer support. You want to appease your clients. I'm not saying we are lying, but you just have to make a relatable excuse that buys your company time. So if I wanted to handle a bite in the cake, I'll probably say I'm as amazed as you are concerning that, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to send another cake to you right away. Our sincere apologies for seeing that. That is not what our company represents, and we will get to the bottom of this. We'll do some investigation, and we'll keep you in the loop once we find out how that happened. Please accept our sincerest apologies. Another cake will be sent to you with a surprise from the team to show how sorry we are. Um, I hope I hope you love the surprise, something like that. Now, in surprise in catering, it's always something, maybe banana bread or you're appeasing. So anytime when it comes to offering a replacement, you have to over deliver and just to make your client smile, just do something. Your company would always think of something. But in a scenario of the rising cake, you could just do like a banana bread, and that offers a very you get your cake back and you get a banana bread, and the client is happy. And even when the client wants to say something like, oh, even the time that there was a bite mark in our cake, so this their customer team handled it well. They offered me a replacement and they gave me banana bread for compensation. Now you have a happy client that had now this client now is even flaunting you that, oh, they had a problem and you're able to solve the problem efficiently for them. So the de-escalation techniques. Now, this techniques is in handling difficult conversation is you want to offer solution early in the conversation. So now when you want to de-escalate a situation, sometimes you have to hear them out. At other times, you want to offer solutions early in the conversation. Use calm and measured tones and focus on what can be done to resolve the issue. Most at times, what can be done to resolve the issue is to check in with the team because you most times don't, except in the event when you actually have a ready solution or there's a troubleshooting manual that if a client has this complaint, you want to offer this solution. Maybe if something, an example would be people that do all these satellites, maybe your DSTV and all of that, and then the client is calling to say, I've been trying to recharge my DSTV, it's not working, and this is how many days now. It's been like 1 week, and people will take the 1 week from the subscription. I've not been able to use it. Now, in that scenario, you will most likely want to understand the complaint and know how far you can help, and if not, you want to refer the person to maybe the IT team that can help. And then to offer compensation is to probably tell them that the 1 week will not be added. You'll be like an extra 1 week or 2 weeks in their subscription package, and you have handled that conversation. Okay. Yes, Esther, we go through a lot. I will go through all of these comments. I just want to. So we've done the de-escalation, and now we want to do handling. Okay, so what I would now, since this is another sub on its own, I would now go through the comments to see if there are any questions. Let me check. I know I saw a question. A lady said that she has a question from the previous class. And I was hoping, I told her to send it, and our tech team would, help me pick that question out so I can address it. But I haven't, I don't know if she has sent it, but if you have sent it, please send it again so that we can see it. There's a lot of comments, and um keep updating, please. How can I proceed at the Okay. All right. So I just received the question. So that's the first question I'm going to be addressing. So the question is, how can I proceed as an organization's VA for travel agency? How will I begin to get clients to start booking their travel trips? Is is it that I'm going to partner with an airline company? Okay, so for this, I have a couple of questions to ask. If you're a VA for a travel agency, um, the travel agency, the way that works, they will call your clients will call you, or you know maybe there is a follow-up system. You would not readily be the one to just pick people's number, because not everybody that wants to travel. If you're in a travel agency, your client must have reached out to your company at a certain time, and then there's data collection of all the cold cases. Now the cold cases are people that just want to make inquiries and just want to check your packages. Now those clients, their data will be collected, and as a VA for a travel agency, you will want to follow up with them and sell your company's the tickets. You can be, oh, we're having a bonanza. I don't know if you're interested. If you book flight from this time to this time, you're probably going to get a free meal on the distance, or you're going to get a discount of 10% or something. Now you're going to always now so she said, is it going to partner with an airline company? The airline company is going to partner with travel agency, or they're going to have an agreement going on. So you're not going to have to partner, except maybe you are the agency itself. But if you are the agency itself, yes, you have to partner with an airline company, because people will need to trust you to want to use you as their travel agent. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. So now the next question is, what if the damage to is not from the company but from the process of delivering the goods, or the customer caused the damage but trying to pin it on the company? How can one handle that? Now you're going to find this out in the information gathering. So when you want to understand, so you want to first understand what happened, and you're going to investigate. So now let's use the cake bite situation. Client calls me, I saw a bite in my cake when I saw a bite in my cake when it was delivered, I cannot, I'm not going to accept this. And this is preposterous. How can you, who beats the cake? This is not what I ordered, and all of that. So I'm going to be like, is it upon when you collected the cake, when you received the cake from the delivery guy, did you check it? Where did you notice this? Did this happen after delivery? I mean, after the delivery guy left? If it happened after the delivery guy left, um, now you want to be like, okay, so you see this did not happen. I mean, I don't know, but for people that do product delivery and all of that, they check it. So I'm sure it should happen. It's happen for cake. So you want to be sure that it's the right cake, is the right design that you ordered for. So when you open it, did you see it that it was beaten and you did not ask the delivery guy what happened, or did you see this afterwards when you let it display the cake? Now, if you saw this afterwards when you let it display the cake, we want to ask our delivery guy, and if in the event the delivery guy is not responding because he actually beat the cake, you have to compensate. Now, in the event where the client cannot give you a timeline, or the your delivery guy then, no, that's nothing like that, or and that's a very preposterous example. But in the okay, let's use something else. But wait though, delivery people actually eat people's food, and people have actually complained about it. So curious to how they handle. See, I don't know if anybody must have complained, but now I'm curious as to how they handle situations like that. So we're going to use the cake situation. So now, in the event where the cake situation is somebody that is trying to pin it. If the person is trying to pin it, you will sense it. You would check in with your team. There's a way you would be able to figure it out, because when you gather information, you want to weigh in the odds. It's from gathering the information you would know if the problem came in from your team, if it was the delivery process, or if it was upon arrival. If it was the delivery process, not going to lie, the company still has to pay for it. Not that they're going, if it's an event of cake or something, or a gadget that got spoiled and it's the delivery process, ideally it's supposed to be the delivery company. But sometimes reaching the delivery company is almost impossible. So you want to blame the people that sent it to you, and then they in turn will blame the delivery company. So there's going to be like a whole blame game going on. So yes, now if the customer is the one that caused it, you have to be very sensitive enough in the information gathering to know that the customer is doing. And if you don't know, I'm sorry, your company has to pay for it, because there's the unspoken rule of the customer is always right, but the customers are not always right. I'm not going to. Some customers can be very, you know, and you want to just try your best, your absolute best, stay professional, and handle the situation. What if I offer a refund and the company didn't agree with me? Please don't go offering any refund until your company says you should offer a refund. If not, you will pay for the refund, because if a client, if you that's why you have to be very guided with what you tell your client. Because a client will say, but Cynthia said, now Cynthia is, I'm a figure of the company. Now, if I say this, they will say, Cynthia cannot just say this without the company saying it. And if the company did not say it, it's going to put me in trouble, because some clients are actually like that, very, very, very mean individuals. And they'll be like, no, Cynthia said that I'll be able to I'll get all the pictures. I didn't say it. I was like, oh no, I said you were going to. God help you, you're able, you actually did. Now, if you did not say, some client, I've had situation where my client said I said what I did not say. And I was like, oh no, I didn't say that. I would tell the client, oh ha. That, no, oh no, I didn't say that. This is what I meant. I'm sorry if you misunderstood and translated what I meant to this, but oh no, this no, I mean I will just tell, because you know me, you put in trouble. So in the event of the refund, you have to take it to your company first. Let your company approve. Because if you tell a client that you will give you a refund, your company now saying no, telling the client, trying to convince the client from that refund is going to be hard, and you're just going to put yourself in a web of problems. So please don't do that. Confirm with your company before giving them. Ah, okay. La, 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 la. Hmm. Okay, in a case where my company doesn't have wait, in a case where my company doesn't offer refund or compensation, what do you do? I'm so no company will offer compensation, especially if they are at fault. They will offer compensation. Compensation must not necessarily mean it's sometimes a discount, and you'll be like some compensation of like you will get a discount on your next purchase, or on the next time you want to use our service you get a discount or something. Companies will always have compensation plans, so that's not it. So please, as an organization that wants to go into emergency support, can I doing the service with like how since you're acting as an organization, you're going to do the roles, except you have people you want to delegate the jobs to. So if you're doing it as an organization, like you are an organization for virtual assistants, either you have people that are working that are on standby to handle the calls, customer support, this, that. If you know you're going to do it by yourself. Okay, so I'm hoping that there is no. I'm just trying to go through for questions before we go on our break. So I don't think I can see any new questions. Okay, so for Lashade at Loveling, she's responding to some questions. There's nothing showing, just handling. Oh, Loveling, I'm addressing questions. I hope that's okay. If you have any questions. Okay, so there is no questions for now. I hope that we are understanding the essence of customer support and the factors that contribute to. Alibaba, I'm not. This is personal experience. I've had a friend that ordered chicken. He ordered from Chicken Republic, and the chicken wasn't complete. Cynthia, you didn't cannot get my. Okay, so explain the question. Let's see. Is it okay to handle issues without consulting your company? No. So now you can handle some issues, but there are some that you have to consult your company. It is don't go making decisions on your own because you're not the one that is going to handle the financial implication if any ever should happen. So you want to Queen Achibong, I'm asking you right now to please tell me. Wait, let me go look at your question again. Please, how can I proceed as an organization VA for how will I how will I begin to get clients to start booking their I know you that's the thing. Are you an organization or a VA? Are you a company for virtual assistants trying to connect, like trying to get clients to use your service? Now, if you want clients to trust you, there's a lot of you have to now start doing sales and doing cold marketing. If that's what you're asking, you have to do cold marketing. I don't know. It will really help if you can help me explain better. Okay. So if there is no further questions, we are yes, Esther. That's really true. The companies will, as an organization that wants to specialize as an organization that wants to specialize on just administrative support for companies, will I just focus on administrative support or am I to attend to customers? It depends on administrative support includes like customer care, because it depends on what it is your company stands for and what kind of administrative support that you are offering. But most of the times, as a virtual assistant, you are going to offer customer service, or customer support services, because clients are going to come in. The VA is the go-to person that the client is going to meet for whatever complaints and all of that. So yes, administrative support includes customer service. A case study whereby product was delivered in good condition and after few hours the customer called to complain that the product is not okay due to wrong way. How can I handle that? Now, Foluke Sanusi, I hope I got your name well. In this, you're going to gather information. Now, you're going to, okay, let me answer Foluke first. So in this, Foluke, so in this case study you have just shared, the client, it is acknowledged that it is confirmed that the product arrived in good condition, and few hours the customer called to complain because of wrong usage. Now, it is confirmed that the product was delivered in good condition. Now, what will happen after when the product is in the client's house? You are now going to offer a solution to that. You're not going to say, okay, so because you're going to tell the client, okay, because you used it this way, that's why you're experiencing this. So it's either you bring it in for repairs or fixtures or something else. So you just have this. There's a way to go about it once it's wrong product usage. In the event when your client is refusing to listen to what you have to say, but sorry, what they have to say because they are angry about how the service was delivered, even after trying to calm them down, what do I do to de-escalate? To de-escalate, you have to wait for them to calm down, because they will give you, after all their venting, they'll give you time to speak and then you acknowledge it. And even if they say they don't want to accept you are sorry and all of that, you have to just tell them that the team is going to handle it right away and you're going to give them an immediate solution so that they are able to get their products. And in the event where you're not able to give updates, just let them know that you're not able to confirm, but you will give them update as soon as possible. There are going to be clients that are not going to be happy, and it's not going to be your fault. So you just have to make sure you are there to be with them every step of the way. What if you know the company's policy and you do not want to bother informing the company about the client's complaint? Is it punishable? Depending on the company. So it depends on the complaint. If you know the policy, depending on the complaint, you will not let your company know. Now, if this client is complaining that I want you to escalate this to the next person, you're not handling my case well, then you tell your company, because some clients will be like, oh, you're not handling my case well, please hand me over to somebody else. I've had a client that told me, please transfer me to what does she even call myself? Some people can be so rude. Please transfer me to the next receptionist. I feel I don't like your tone. And I'm like, okay, ma, that's fine. I really do apologize that my tone is not is upsetting you. I will reach out to my colleague and she will call you back to handle. So yeah, that's how to handle cases like that. But it depends on the company's policy, honestly. If they want to know everything, you let them know. If it's something you can handle, you handle, but still let them know. It is still important to let them know, just so that, yes, thank you, Esther. Okay, so Queen Achibong, if I will also attend to the company's customer need, how will I go about it? Because I'm acting as an organization. You're acting as an organization. So it depends. Now, if you're acting as an organization, do you have people to delegate these jobs to? If you don't have people to delegate these jobs, you have to get people to delegate the jobs to, or you do the job yourself. Is it the company that, yes, the company will put you through to their product. If it's that one, yes, they will. There's a what do they call that, probation period, where they tell you they do an onboarding for you, so you get to know their product and all of that. So yes, please slide. Mercy, the technical team will share slides with you. Okay, I'm not changing slides yet. I'm still. Oh, I was supposed to go on a break. I knew the reason why I was feeling it to be tired. So we're going to go on a 15-minute break because usually I will stop the class at maybe 7:45 so that we can take a break. Well, since we're taking a break by 3, we'll do a 15 minutes break so we can take water, stretch our legs. If you want to nibble on something, please nibble on something, take water, digest, and then absorb all you've learned. Then we'll come back in 15 minutes to discuss how we can handle customer inquiries and complaints. So technical team, please take us on a break. Thank you. So we're doing. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back from our break. In a minute, in 2 minutes, then we'll just resume. I don't know if all of us are back. If we are, can we please confirm that we are all back? Are we all back from our breaks? It would be nice to get feedback. Thank you, Lara. Welcome back. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you all for confirming in a minute. So once it's 8:16, I will go back right into our discussion. Thank you, Arolua. Welcome back too. Thank you, John. Thank you, everyone. Welcome back. So now we're going to go right into handling customer inquiries and complaints. How do you handle this as a virtual assistant? Now, as a virtual assistant, managing inquiries and complaints efficiently ensures customer satisfaction and it prevents unnecessary escalation. Now there are types. The two types of inquiry is there are product or service information. Now, product or service information. This is where your customer wants to ask for product specification, prices, or availability for service. Now, this is the first call that is initiated by the customer to your company to you as the customer support agent. Now, when your customer calls you to inquire about your service, the product specification, or pricing, this is the inquiry stage. This is when your client is considering to use your service. So now another type of inquiry is the order status inquiry. Now this is when your customers are tracking or following up on their order. Now other status inquiry may be in form of just regular follow-ups or tracking, or there may be an event where there is delayed delivery. Then that's when a customer is following up on delayed delivery. That's also an order status inquiry. Now the steps to handling inquiries. First, you want to acknowledge the inquiry. Now acknowledging the inquiry simply means you want to thank the customer for reaching out. Hi, thank you for reaching out to our company. And we're happy to be of service to you. Can you please explain further what it is you want the company to do for you, or which of our products would you want more information on? Something like that. That is you acknowledging the inquiry. The second step to handling inquiries is clarifying the question. Repeat, paraphrase the inquiry to ensure accuracy. Now you want to be clear. You don't want to misunderstand your client's inquiry. You want to understand that they want a certain service and it's that service you're going to render to them. So you want to repeat. Okay, so you have to confirm. You want to you're asking information on our MTN MiFi model, this. You just want to confirm what it is that they are inquiring about. The next step is to provide accurate information. Now, you want to verify details before responding to ensure that the information that you're providing to your client is correct. So it's not going to hurt you to take a minute or two to go back. There's a product you're trying to make inquiry for. You just quickly go and read about that product, or you just have products information right in front of you while you're speaking to your client, and there you get to provide accurate information so you do not have your clients misunderstanding or making assumptions as regard the service that your company provides. The fourth step is to do follow-ups. Follow-ups is really, really important in the line of customer support. You want to follow up with your clients. You want to Be sure they're still interested. You want to follow up with them to make them know that you value them and you are aware that there is a service you're going to provide for them, and you're following up to let them know, to give them some sort of security reassurance that after an issue is resolved, you want to check back to the client, with the client, to confirm the client is satisfied. So follow up is basically to confirm your client satisfaction and all of that. So now, how do you handle complaints? How do we handle complaints? Now, remember that when you want to handle inquiries, you when you're handling inquiry, you acknowledge the inquiry, you clarify the question, provide accurate information, and then you follow up. That is how you handle an inquiry. Now, if you want to handle a complaint, you want to recognize the issue promptly. Then when you recognize the issue, because in this case your client is angry, you have to immediately just start multitasking, try and on the go be providing multiple solutions to whatever complaint it is that your client is coming to you with. So you want to acknowledge the complaint, recognize the issue, and then even if the complaint is minor, for instance, you want to the first thing I do, best practice, whenever a complaint is brought to you, except in the event of late deliveries, please do not go and tell your client, thank you for bringing this to my attention when it comes to late delivery, because the client will be like, oh, so you're not even keeping track of my job or my project. Oh, really? So please do not say that. But now, if it's a complaint as regards, let's use the cake scenario now, the cake that has a bite in it, you want to start by, thank you for bringing this to our attention. We will get to the bottom of this, or we would, then you're acknowledging that, oh, they've brought a complaint to you, you are receiving the complaint, you want to address it. So you're thanking them for bringing it to your attention. Now, instead of them just escalating it without involving the company, some people will just, just escalate it and just take you straight up to the social media and say very nasty things about it. So now you want to say thank you that they brought it to you first, so you can help them, address whatever issue it is. And the next thing you want to do is to apologize. Apologize sincerely. It's not your fault, it's your company's fault, but you're representing your company. So you are your company. So you have to apologize sincerely. And even if the problem even if the problem isn't directly your fault, you want to apologize. For example, you want to say, we apologize for the inconvenience this problem has caused you. Now you are apologizing on behalf of your team, and then the client knows that, oh, okay, these people are actually very remorseful and all of that. Now investigate the issue. Now, with handling inquiries, you want to gather information. With handling complaints, you're going to investigate the issue. You want to gather details about the issue to ensure you have a full understanding. There is no way you're going to be able to properly problem solve an issue, or try to troubleshoot anything, if you don't get a full understanding on if you don't investigate the issue. Just like how the question was asked, how do you know if it was in when the product was on transit during that delivery, when it was being delivered, that's when the cake was beaten, or it was after the cake has been delivered that the clients on the cake was beaten. So now you have to investigate the issue, gather information, so you are able to properly handle the complaint. Now, a case study example is a software company receives complaint about glitches in their product. After acknowledging the problem and apologizing, the support team conducts a detailed investigation, collects user data, and works closely with the tech team to provide a patch. This proactive solution and communication earns customer trust. Now, in if we're going to use the whole software, if we're going to go use the whole software company complaint example, you want to investigate. You want to ask the client, when did you notice this glitch? When was this section of the whatever not functioning? Or when did you notice because what have you experienced when this happened? Now you're gathering information. Okay, so sorry. Let's start from the beginning now. The client has giving you a complaint. Now you want to say thank you for bringing this to our attention that you're experiencing some glitches in our app. Apologies that this has is unresolved, but as you've brought it to our attention now, I will take it to the team. We apologize for the inconvenience this has caused you. We'll work hand in hand with our tech team to resolve this as quick as possible. Now, when this is done, you're going to quickly go on a meeting or a call with your tech team and then explain to the tech team what it is your client has complained about. Now, when that is done, the tech team is going to do the whole investigation, and the concern will then be addressed. And if not, if it cannot be readily addressed, the tech team is going to tell you when they think they will be able to, have the problem fixed or the glitch fixed. Now, like I said before, you want to give your client a day. You want to give your team a day buffer in the worst case scenario, 1 day, so that you're buying your team extra time. Even if they say going to deliver on Thursday, you could just say Friday so that you're managing your client's expectation. If it does come by Thursday, it comes by Thursday. Now, if it doesn't come by Thursday, you can now go to your team to complain and tell them, okay, so we're supposed to deliver. You want to follow up with the tech team in this case because you'll be like, hi tech team, is there an update as regards Mrs. Afolabi's complaints regarding the usage of our app, blah blah blah. And then the tech team is going to give you updates. Now, if they don't have, they'll be like, okay, we will be able to resolve this in a week. We have a lot of things that I don't ever think, except maybe is a server that is down. It's not going to take you maybe a day or two, and then you can release that to your client. Yes, I actually like the cake bite story. Now, our next slide is going to talk about provide how to provide solutions and compensations. Now, the providing solutions or compensation is when you offer a resolution where whether it's a refund, replacement, or special discount for future purchases. Now, refund will always be there for companies that make refund, that have a refund policy. Maybe they'll give you 50% or 75%, but never, I don't know. I don't think it's going to ever be all, but in the event where it's all, you have to see, you always have to talk about this thing with your company. You don't just go making random decisions like, oh, we're sorry the cake was damaged, we'll refund you. It's two things that's going to happen. You're going to pay the money by yourself, or they will either sack you. I'm not saying they're going to sack you, but you don't make refund. It's not, except you want to foot the bill on your own, then put the bill on your own. But do not put your company in a position to make a refund when they do not approve it. It's not going to be very funny. They most likely, if they don't terminate your job, they most likely will make you pay for it. Yeah. So what you just want to do is either you offer a replacement, or and that is where you have power. That is where you have a little bit of, you can make that decision that okay, we're going to replace it. Now. Before even giving the replacements, you have to talk to your team. You always want to communicate with your team to let them know the problem, and then offer compensation, suggestions and all of that. Now, discount. These are all means to appease your customer, compensate your customer, but you have to confirm with your team before you make that decision. An example is a fashion retailer offers now the fashion retailer is in a position to make that decision. A fashion retailer offers free return shipping and a replacement product for customers who receive the wrong order, ensuring customer satisfaction even when mistakes happen. Now, in when it comes to things like just drop shipping and all of that, yeah, there are instances where if it's an issue of wrong order, you can offer you sent the wrong item. You want to offer a compensation. Do you want to expect you don't expect your clients to pay shipping to return the wrong order. So the best compensation is just tell them that we are just send it back. You're gonna get like free return shipping, and replacement of the product, and that helps the client. Client will, okay, this people is remorseful. There are some vendors that could be so mean to say, oh, you have to pay for shipping, but it's not where it's your fault, it's where the company is to blame. The company is definitely going to offer a compensation plan. Now, you want to document the complaint, record the complaint, how it was resolved for future reference. Now, if you want to have like a learning material for yourself as you're working, on the job, you want to take notes of your experiences so you're able to, if it ever happens, if it may not happen to you, maybe it happened to you, you've learned, and you want someone else to learn. So you're going to document the complaint. This helps prevent a repeat of the issue. Now, if this issue should ever repeat itself, somebody already has a manual, a guide that's going to help him handle the situation. Okay, so we're going to go social media management. But before that, I see questions. La, la, la. I think this question is from Queen Achibong. Cynthia, in handling processing client travel trip, will there be any need for verifying the customer thumbprint in order to validate detail of the customer? If there is, how will I go about it? No, it's just the screenshot you're going to use. With the way tech has evolved, you either scan your document. Now, if it's thumbprint, there has to be a biometric system in place. If it's a thumb printed file, the company you're working for is going to have a software in place to verify this. There going to be documents for verification the customer has to come through it for you. When it comes to biometrics, there is going to be a system that your company use. Except it's for you, then you have to find a system to use to get their biometrics. But aside that, I don't think it's a biometric system that works as a VA. You'll probably because either tell them to scan their thumbprints and then and then you can. But if it's the company you're working for will provide you a verification means to confirm their where I hope I got your name well. In the case where a customer keeps shouting and talking over you, what do? You just maintain demure and be calm and be cutesy as much. Just try and maintain absolute demure. Just keep quiet, be professional, be cutesy, just don't say anything. Clients are going to annoy you. That is true. Well, Queen, you asked the question regarding the biometrics. So if you are not remote, you see how you've actually answered yourself already. So if it's a biometric system has to be placed, it's not a remote job. But if you need to verify I don't know if there's a means to verify. If you want to do that, because there has to be a way to do this verification. I don't have ready answer on how to. Yeah, you're asking me very very direct question concerning your job, and I don't know how it works. So I can just give you the guidelines. Your company is either going to provide you with that or not, and if not, you as an organization has to find a way to resolve that problem. Oreolua, yes. Oreolua, you're at Cynthia me. Is there a question you want to ask me? If not, is it professional for a client to ask for a physical meeting? Now, if a client is asking for a physical meeting, honestly, you will two things. It's either you have a physical office. If you do not have a physical office, then you can offer a Zoom call. Because if you could tell them that you're a virtual company, they are virtual companies, so you can meet, you can do a Zoom call and then discuss with your clients. Physical meetings, except why does the client want to see you? If you don't have a physical office, no physical meetings. Do we have any questions before I quickly go into social media management? Mind you, I'm not doing an in-depth discussion about social media management. This is just going to be me touching the basics. So do we have any questions? Good evening, Ma. This is Choma Technical Team. There is a question that I'll need you to assist me with. Thank you, Taiwo. Do we have any questions before I move forward? Forward. I'm happy to help you, Queen. Do we have any questions before I move forward? I'm just going to briefly touch social media management. So we will be stopping at social media management today. Then tomorrow we will take off from here. I just want to wait for questions. Under 10 minutes, I'll just briefly discuss. You're welcome. All right. So in the absence of everything, I'm sure there's no questions. So social media management and customer engagement. These are for the persons, the ladies that are going to be doing social media handling. That's not my favorite. I don't handle my social media well. So kudos to all the ladies out there that are social media managers. You girls are the bosses. So social media plays a crucial role in modern customer support, offering real-time conversations, communication between customers and businesses. Now, this simply means that when you go on Instagram, maybe let's talk about the cakes. Since we're using cake, Timmy Bakeries is on Instagram. I see a cake that they posted. I likes the cake, and then I'm going to send a message, and I'll be like, "Hi, Timmy, it's a birthday for so date. What are your packages now?" Real time communication is, we're always with our phones, on our social media. So I may be on Instagram as a social media manager. I probably will just be on my Instagram if my company is on Instagram. And the moment I receive that message, I want to respond in real time. That's why we're going to offer. That's why you're offering real time communications and responses. So now you're going to respond, "Oh, thank you, Tim. Thank you, Dorcas, for reaching out to our company." And then you're going to provide whatever service it is that they need from you. Now, social media in customer support, real time response. That is one of the most important aspect of social media. The clients get real time responses. So one thing with clients is they expect swift replies on platform, especially on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, because they think that we're all with our phones, and they want immediate answer. I mean, oh, they're on Instagram. Instead of having to go to meet them on the emails, let's just do it social media. I mean, everybody's on social media, right? So when they send in their messages, they're going to expect timely response so it can prevent negative review and promote positive brand engagement. So if you're on social media and your response time is tops 20-25 minutes or 20 minutes, you're always going to have clients saying things like, "Oh, you see, after me, they respond swiftly. I just asked about their cakes and I got immediate, a very prompt response." Things like that is really good for brand engagement. Now, a case study we want to use is a mobile provider monitors Twitter mentions of their service. When a customer tweets about poor network coverage, the support team responds immediately with a direct message, collects details, and escalates the issue to the technical team. This public prompt response helps to improve brand image. A perfect example I want to use now is, maybe I heard that on Twitter, especially if you want any bank or telecom service to respond. So just go to one of their messages and tweet a problem. Just tell them that, I recharged my, or I made a transfer and I haven't received the alert. There are social, those are, so now those are where, that's where the social media, um the person that's handling the company's social media account is going to promptly respond to that message. So they are out there reading the comments and then looking out for those clients that want to, escalate an issue or something that they're having there. So let's see. Okay, so when you I had a friend of mine told me that Etel. A friend of mine told me that Etel, if you go there and tell them that, oh, we're having experiencing badness, or somebody's going to respond and say something like, ah, we're sorry for that, sincere apologies. Basically, that is as a social media customer support agent, you have to respond to clients timely. And we're going to stop here for today. And then I'm going to take questions for the next 10 minutes. Oh, okay. Sorry about the slides not changing. Okay, so sorry about the slides not changing. All right, so this is what I was saying. You know, social media, it plays a crucial role in modern customer support. So yes, this is the slide. My apologies, I did not know that I hadn't changed the slide. But we will be stopping here today. I will give you time to look over this as I have already discussed about this. You can now ask me your questions. I'll take questions for the next 10 minutes and release all of us to the night so we can rest and prepare for our day tomorrow. So now the floor is open for questions. Perpetual, you can send your message to tech team, please. Can you share? Can you share to my lovely ladies a means as to? Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't. Mimi, I think yeah, Mimi. So Mimi, you are welcome, and I am apologies that you are exhausted. Now you resting in the next 9 minutes. I just want to confirm that all the lovely ladies here don't have any question that I haven't answered, and then we can all call it a day. Okay, so Queen, last class there was no template on agenda, but just minutes of meeting that was shared. Let's see. I think yes, the agenda. I was just showing you the agenda was in the minutes. There's no template. Agendas is simply what you want to discuss in the meeting. You're going to discuss your before you have a meeting. Your team is going to let you know what the agenda is. You can just ask whoever it is that wants the meeting, what is the agenda of this meeting, and then they will tell you. And then you can build your minutes on the agenda based on the agenda. Ruku, I'm so sorry. But this is your question. As a VA handling the social media account of a client, are you responsible for coming up with content for them and creating content calendar? Yes, you are. You are managing the person's brand on social media. So yes, you're responsible for coming up with content and creating a content calendar. Please, Ma, is there a way to DM you? Tech team, can you please assist these ladies that are trying to reach out to me directly? Please provide them your email address so they're able to please send me whatever concerning things that they want to share with me. Thank you. So chosen and one other lovely lady talked about Chosen and Perpetual, the tech team will reach out to you directly as to how to reach out to me or whatever question or concern it is you want to share, just send it to them and it will reach me. Okay, so in the absence of any question, because I see my lovely ladies are tired and at Cynthia, I needed to see how the template of an agenda will be because it will be circulated before the meeting. Okay, so Queen, self-help for this question is you could just go on Google and check templates for agenda and you should be able to help yourself from there. I hope this helps. Ambimbola, but is that not the work of social media manager and content creator? Most social media managers are content creators. So, um, since we are all tired, the tech team will be ending this class in the next minute so that we can all rest. Thank you all for joining today's class on customer support. You're welcome, Queen. Thank you for joining today's class. Uh, the assignments for this is mostly practical, but you will get that on Wednesday. And yes, with that, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that made it to class today. It was lovely being here with you and sharing the lovely stories that I've shared with you. I hope we all have, I know we'll all have a peaceful night's rest. Good night, everyone. All right, Odola. It was lovely being here with you all. All right, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Tech team, please sign us out.